mind, it's okay. She off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun àwa mọ̀, làwọn tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun power.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
So there's pretty much a bit we're going to talk about tonight. So if you have the time, please sit back and relax. If time allows, we will likely take some calls. If the time doesn't, then we'll do that some other time. It's been a while. How are you, everybody? So if you have been following the news as usual, here is where you're going to get everything in, what do you call it, in comprehensive detail. However, let's take the rider of this broadcast tonight to start with. Garbage Sheu, the one that is the Presidency. His deputy is Femi Adesina. Garbage Sheu came out today fuming, angry, and worried. And according to him, when they got to New York, their first team, their first delegations they sent to New York for the United Nations General Assembly meeting. We have the Biafrans there. We have the Middle Beltans there. We have the Yorubas there. Everyone camping outside the United Nations office in New York. Bokwari is expected to address the General Assembly on the 24th of September. I will double check that day. And since the people have started camping since 2 days outside the United Nations, telling everyone that comes around about the genocide, the state-sponsored ethnic cleansing going on in Nigeria, the arrest and incarceration of activists, while terrorists are getting red carpets into different government buildings and government banks. These messages are beginning to actually get the attention of the world media. This is not going down well with the Presidency led by Garbage Sheu. Garbage Sheu said they are beginning to get worried about the relationship, the cozy relationship between the Yorubas and the Biafrans, especially when it concerns breaking up of Nigeria, demanding for referendum, a kind of a rare unity that they are beginning to say, remember, according to Garbage Sheu, we said, remember, we have proscribed IPOB. They are terrorist organizations. Seeing the Yorubas with them, we automatically means the Yorubas are also terrorists for asking for referendum. Think about that. I told you that when people asked me, why are you so interested in Biafra? You are not from Biafra. And all other things that people have conjured together about this because they couldn't understand it. I told them, I said, listen, I was reading. I love reading a lot. Maybe not anymore, but I do love reading. I was reading about this thing that said when they came for this, you stayed away because it wasn't you. They came for that. They came for this. They came for that until they came for you, and there was nobody to defend you. Then you realize that an injustice somewhere, and is an injustice everywhere, that you haven't become a victim yet. It's just a matter of time. And when you study Nigeria very well, Nigeria is a place whereby there is always going to be the scapegoats. There are times that they use just the Yorubas as scapegoats. But at the end of the day, they pretended to compensate the Yorubas by sharing the power with them, right? But what they are doing to the Igbos is coordinated. It is entrenched. It is systemic. It is an unwritten code to continue to profile them, target their businesses, target their progress, and every other thing that you can do to make sure that they never have the capacity to pull what they pulled in 67 to 70 again. And I studied that and I'm like, listen, the reason why the Biafrans said they wanted to leave is simply because they couldn't leave and continue to pretend that all is well or all will be well with Nigeria without having any role to play, so to say. I mean, they know that they don't want to pretend. They said, we don't want to be part of it. And I'm like, that injustice is still there. The impunity, the corruption, the class war that has pitted the extremely rich against the extremely poor. This is the injustice they talk about. And I'm like, listen, if all of us can actually think deeper and we are not being controlled by our own emotions that is attached to our religion, our ethnic, maybe sometimes politics, and few other things that are pretty much irrelevant to the consequences of us pretending that these problems are not there. The consequences are the poverty you see today, the terrorism you see today, the ruin, destroyed economy that you have today. The impunity is there. They don't want to be part of it. But if we all pay attention, we are actually all supposed to be asking for the same thing. And I'm like, listen, even if I didn't live during the time of they came for the Jew, they came for this, they came for that, you know what I mean? I didn't live during that time. But I can actually relate them, that scenario, I can relate it to what Bokwari is doing in Nigeria, to the people he considered as enemies for no reason. First, they went for the Shiites. Some of you said you are not Shiites. They deserved it. They are causing nuisance. They are this, they are that. Thousands of them were killed. Many of them were hauled in jail. Some of them were never found to this day. And they are still killing them. Then they turn around and they went for Nnamdi Kanu. Phase 1. And they killed, in a single day, they killed 28 human beings because they were IPOB asking for Biafra. They said, well, they deserved it. I am not a Biafran. At least I'm a Yoruba man. So it's none of my problem. It's none of this. And I said, look around you. They went for Maiyegun. So, yeah, he's the one that brought Bukwari to government. He deserved it. They need to blah, blah, blah. Said, hey, as much as these ones that they are going for, primary, I mean, they directly knows who is dealing with them and what they are dealing with. Many of you have been dealt with in your millions with the way they are looting your economy, with the way they are mismanaging it, with the way they have destroyed what should have been your standard of living as a human being, indirectly, without touching you. Now they unleashed terrorism on you. Sheu knows the terrorists coming after him. Nnamdi Kanu knows the terrorists coming after him. The Shiites, they know the terrorists they are dealing with. They have been beaten. I said, if we don't speak up, the same injustice that prompted these people to say they are done, they don't want to be part of this anymore, that same injustice, very soon, many of us will begin to see them because they are there. They are not new. They have been there. We're going to see it. We're going to feel it. And before you know it, some of us are going to begin to ask for what they are asking for, like a prophet, like somebody who spoke into the, spoke life into it. As what happened? Today, we have millions and millions of us who are not Shiites, who are not Revolution Now defenders or members, who are not IPOB members, who are Yorubas, who are middle belters, who are now talking and saying, let us break away from this contraption. This injustice is too much. You can't defend yourself. You can't prosecute any terrorist arrested. The state will handle that. If you dare defend yourself and you dare kill any Fulani terrorist, you will be prosecuted. Your entire village will be burnt down by no other people than the government that failed to protect you, that forced you or pushed you to pick up an arm or anything just to defend yourself, to stay alive. That's injustice has reached us. In Yoruba land today, many of us are beginning to say, we thought it would work. That's saying, or that influence or the effect of IPOB and Biafra cannot in any way undervalued. Trust me, it is contagious. I remember when Martin Amdekanu then said he was going to protect the people of Benue State. He was attacked. He said he wasn't going to sit by and watch the people, the Biafrans in the coastal Biafran areas to remain in this contraption. Many people didn't understand that too. He could have just said, well, since some people are saying the Biafra struggle is simply about the Igbos, which is not true, then let's just take the Igbos and unite and get the hell out of this place. But he knew what he was doing, and I will tell you. He knew that whatever it will take, no matter how long it takes, it is just going to be a matter of time for everyone, for every indigenous person, from every indigenous tribe in every part of Nigeria today, they will realize something later, that by all definition, they are never in any way compatible with these criminals who have taken over power and struggling, doing a lot to force an ideology that are completely alien to us. That the Biafrans are pushing this doesn't mean that what they are pushing for doesn't affect you. But maybe you were waiting to actually be stung. You wanted you want them to probably bite you. Some of you wanted to be victims before you would believe the danger you were warned about. Then he said, I will do it. I will go there. I will go and talk to them. I will make them you know what I mean? They said, you are reaching. That's why I didn't really agree with all of you who were condemning Simon Ekpa when Simon said, oh, we are going to do a 7 days prayers and what have you with the Christians as recommended by Professor, what's that guy's name? Lafia. That you think is reaching. You have no idea of what is called mental bridge building, something that you stretch out your hand and say, listen, we understand whatever you are going through. You may think we are going through different things. No, we are not. We are just going through the same things differently. And therefore, we are possibly reacting differently. If all of us can put aside all these, you are different from us. Oh, you are different from me. Oh, you don't, you know what I mean? If you can put those differences aside and look into what has prompted the agitation, people becoming so agitated about everything around them. Now, when you look at that, you realize that it is the same demon trying to disrupt all our lives and our existence. And that demon lives nowhere else other than the asshole rock. Now, when you stretch out your hands like that, what you're doing is that I am open to be your neighbor, to be your brother. We can unite by building our hands all together, forming this chain of holding hands across the southern Nigeria. First, to fight to stay alive. This fight is not always physical. When somebody says, we will deal with you, we will fight you and all of that, don't always make it that physical one. That's one thing we should learn from the IPOB, the Biafrans. They sit at home. You can tell. Now, this is where I'm going. You see all of this going on right now. There are some people called talking and talking and talking. You have no idea the rearrangement, the re-engineering, some of these exposés, some of these exposures are doing, even within the system itself, that has caused the presidency of Nigeria to say they are worried. What will happen next? Are they going to declare us as terrorists too? The Yoruba people? Because this is a no going back trip. Those who still don't believe, those who still pretty much are in doubt, listen, a lot is going on within that is giving them a lot of sleepless nights. And at the same time, giving them a lot of re-engineering, concession that will eventually bring them down from that their high horse, as they claim that they were born to ruin. Sorry, born to rule. But I prefer to say born to ruin. Garbage, Sheu said, they are worried that the Yorubas and the Biafrans are in relationship. And what is that relationship? That Nigeria as it is now is not working. The structure they said they have in Nigeria is foundationless. I don't know if there's a word like that. No foundation. Some said they should restructure so that people can eat what they produce, which is good. Be your own man. Shebi otimo elewa Shapon. There's a place called Shapon in Abeokuta. Very popular in history, by the way. Shebi otimo elewa Shapon. The woman sells beans. Very popular. And whenever you get there, you will be told, cut your coat cut your size according to your clothes. Which means, check your pocket before you order for a plate of beans. That is what people asked. Restructure. Then some people said, there is actually no structure. You can't restructure when there is no structure. It is when you have a structure that you restructure. What you have in Nigeria is a Bambiala system. Give me that in English, that Bambiala in English. I have some people in the house that are really good at that. Read the comment, by the way, when they interpret it for you. Rob Peter to pay Paul system of government is what you are running in Nigeria. People wanted states as legacy of their own share in what has become the open concentration camp called Nigeria. Delta State was given to Miriam Babangida as a gift. So when you see people of Delta State say, I'm not trying to insult you, I'm just saying that you should know your history. Do you get what I mean now? So are many others. Cross River State was created for what? just to make sure that they break the rank of the Biafrans. Cut them into pieces, cut them into half, cut them pieces. Look at it. Nobody actually sat. There was no referendum conducted to create any state in Nigeria. Nothing. It was just gifts. You want states? We are creating another 20 states. You have to give me one. I want my own state. I am the Otumba Babaloye, the Afobaje of Egbeda Kingdom. I want Egbeda Laduri states. We are great people from Ile-Ife. You know what I mean? As Yoruba people anyway. So there is no structure to restructure. Do you get that? Nevertheless, there were suggestions made. Listen, this rob Peter to pay Paul is not going to last. Now, oil money, they thought they would always have access to, as they have billions of barrels inside that everywhere. Blessed. As much as they go there to use, they have nothing to present to than the numbers to say they have numbers and they have to feed their people. Nothing like creating opportunities through education, proper education that will make those population useful to them. No. Because the Bambi Allah system that Nigeria is operating is forced on Nigeria by these first executive official terrorists in Nigeria, those who staged the revenge coup of 1966 have been those using that same tool of forcing everybody together. One Nigeria, one disunited Nigeria, one disjointed Nigeria, an open popular concentration camp called Nigeria. And it's all about that. It doesn't matter whatever is going on, that is pretty much looking like like Tatars and all of that. It doesn't really matter as long as the oil is flowing and you guys in the south continue to read and you continue to walk. Just bring the brains. As long as the Bambi Allah system remains, Nigeria must remain. Now that is ending now. The effect of the expose. Why are people angry? Why are they so interested in breaking away from Nigeria? How come all of these are irreconcilable differences? No. It is simply because it is long overdue. Are you with me? Long overdue. And today, the Miyetti, well, let's start with the southern governors. The southern governors, 17 of them, okay, they decided to ban open grazing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say in the face of the law, we have seen almost 80% of them who have now signed the ban on open grazing. But there is another one. VAT war, value added tax. That too has pretty much it them below the belt to start with. Is a shocker. And according to them, it seems that the southern Nigeria and their politicians and the rest of them, even though they are not asking for restructuring, they are not asking for breakup of Nigeria, these guys seems to be walking in tune and in the same direction like those who are asking to break away from Nigeria. What else are they going to ask that they don't want to share with Nigeria anymore? Trust me, they began changing tones, but it is too late. The southern governors decided to meet in Enugu. Enugu governors signed anti-open grazing law, by the way. Akwa Ibom signed it. We haven't heard from Cross River, where Ayade, the Olympopos governor. The Emenike, I don't know if that is even right. The Uzodijo, Hopeless Uzodijo of Imo. That one said there is never going to be any law on open grazing. Grazing is allowed. As you are watching this video, he is already allocating land for Ruga in Imo State. There is a community, I can't remember the name right now. That community, they are already protesting that they don't want Ruga, but Imo State government, under Hopeless Uzodijo, they've already allocated thousands of acres of land now for Ruga in Imo State. Some of you must have heard that, Abby. Good. Ebonyi, where Devulumayi is praying that Bokwari, as great as Bokwari is, they pray that God will give Nigerians another Bokwari that will be kind-hearted, competent, lovely, with integrity, like Bokwari. Since then, many people have told him to go and do brain surgery, to go and check his brain. And he said what he said. So if anybody know happy with him, then go to hell. You know what I mean now? But his own outbreak is just 5 kilometers away. Don't worry. Time. Yeah? Time. So the governors met. I minus all these 3 governors. Ebonyi, Imo, Cross River. And they did not send any representatives to that meeting. So when those governors met, their final decisions, ladies and gentlemen, is that they are going ahead to ban open grazing. They are going ahead to continue to take their VAT, and they are not sharing a dime with anybody from their VAT anymore. Lagos State have already started collecting it. Have you heard? Rivers have started collecting it already. Ogun State, yesterday they were at the second reading for the same law on VAT. They've already passed open grazing, anti-open grazing law. Oyo State already passed anti-open grazing law. We don't know what Sheu is doing on his own VAT law as we speak. We don't know that of Oshun on VAT, but Oshun has passed their own open grazing law as well. Ekiti open grazing law is in effect, but we don't know anything about their VAT as we speak. Ondo State has also passed their own open grazing law. We don't know much about their own VAT law yet. Enugu has passed it. What do you call it? Enugu, I've heard of that of Enugu. I can't confirm the rest. Anambra, we don't know what the position is right now. River State has passed theirs. Akwa Ibom has passed. Who else again? Few of them, many of them have passed, and I can say maybe 80% of them. However, implementation is next. Election is coming as they are preparing. As usual, what are they going to compromise? I'm not banking on that. Just same way, I once told people that Femi Fani Kayode, that was everywhere then, and he said he was building friends across the Niger. Femi, I don't want to say Femi Fani, Fani. Fani. Sorry about that. Anyway, Femi Fani Kayode. Femi Fani Kayode, that's better. Because that Fanny. Anyway, is his name. Sorry about that. One thing about them is that these guys are just political jobbers. 6 years ago. If you go back and check the photos and pictures of Bokwari, check the pictures of his children, his picture of Aisha, the pictures of them and all of that, despite the fact that Bokwari was collecting pension. Let me tell you something. If you are president of Nigeria, they have a pension in place. That pension will be whatever the salary of the current president, any salary that the current president is collecting, is the same salary they will pay to you as a former president of Nigeria. Now, let me put it into picture for you, the way they are draining Nigeria. Since 1987, they have been paying Bokwari the same salary of any other states in Nigeria. And if, let's say, and I remember, by the way, when Obasanjo was collecting something around 5.5 million naira and Atiku was collecting about 3.8 million to 4 million naira every month, among other money they give to themselves. So Bokwari was collecting the same salary of the president when Babangida was there, when Abacha was there, when Abdusalami Abubakar was there, when Obasanjo was there, they were paying him. So when that popped up during elections, one of their, one of these social media vuvuzelas, some of them, I don't know, maybe dead now, maybe they are still there now and they're still shouting their Sai Baba, Sai Baba. They came out, they wrote something, they published, they said, Bokwari, among other lies, they said Bokwari, because he did not feel happy, because he is a Mr. Integrity, he decided and he walked straight into the Ministry of Finance in Abuja, and he returned half of all the money they have paid him. And he also told them that they must never pay him full salary like that anymore. They must begin to pay him half salary. And Bokwari has been collecting half salary as the former president since then. They don't give us dates. They don't give us how much exactly. But guess what? Despite all of that money, they were still poor. Should I say they were not flexing? I wouldn't say poor. Okay, but they still looked rubbish in that sense, or to compare to the free money they were getting. You know why? The small money, the money they land for Bokwari hand, he has to go to the Bureau de Change and convert the money. Convert the money to pound sterling. Send them to Aisha, because Aisha was here in London with her children. They were, she gave birth to her children and they were raised here. So once they pay Bokwari will convert the money, send the money to Aisha. It was Aisha spending his money, while Bokwari was just going about with his 150 cows. That was why he had 150 cows in 1985, 150 cows in 1990, 150 cows in year 2000, 150 cows in year 2010, 150 cows in year 2015. Today, they say the guy don't get hundreds of thousands of cows. Why not? But back to the real story. Femi Foni Kayode. Do you all know that Femi Foni Kayode is a lawyer? I bet many of you don't even know he's a lawyer, because you've never really seen him practice any law. He is born into the system. You see some of these guys you see today who are parading themselves as governors, senators, ministers, and all this position you see them bragging about, living on free money, right? When they find small money, right? The first intention is, if they have their first child, even if that first child is already almost a graduate at the university in Nigeria, automatically they have to change that school for him or her. That first child. That is when they first eat money. But if they spend longer than 4 years, 8 years, then they will begin to push other children. They are not sending those children abroad to go and study better courses, have access to better education, good facilities, see the world, have a better vision, a great vision for Nigeria, then return to Nigeria and replicate those beautiful ideas. Do you understand that now? No. They are not sending their children to go and do all of that. As you are feeding them and they are stealing from you, that money they are stealing from you, they will use it to train their children so that their children will see them as a role model, because they hold their children one job. Once they feel like they are ready, whether they are drug addicts, whether they are irresponsible or whatever, but you know one thing, they will be pushed into that system, that crazy rigged system in Nigeria, okay? So all they need is to brandish. I went to Oxford. I went to Cambridge. I studied law. They don't need to use all those things. Whether they studied whether they studied medicine or anything, you will be surprised. Some of them traveled abroad to study ridiculous courses because they are never going to use them to develop Nigeria. They just need them on the CV so that when their fathers and their mothers, when they meet in their open gatherings, where they are rejoicing about how much money they've looted from you over the years, then they will remember. You remember Femi? That's my son. He just came back to the country just about 2 weeks ago. He's a new graduate from Cambridge. Oh, really? Oh, is that not the same place that Governor Apayom children went? Yeah. But you know, the elite. Yeah. Say yeah, but he's back in the country now. I don't even know where to put him. I'm thinking I should just put him in one of my friends' chambers to work with them. But he's like me. I'm thinking I should just put him somewhere for somebody to help me mentor him. What do? They pair their children with anyone they want to. You know what I mean? Oh, you go and serve there. You go so that when the opportunity presents itself for the children to take their turn, they will be ready. Not to develop Nigeria, guys, but to take their own bounty as much as they can. That is where Femi Fani Kayode fell into. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here now? His father has no real good story. Trust me. If the normal Yoruba saying, if that normal Yoruba popular saying, very powerful one, that you should guide your name with jealousy, with care. Because the moment if your name should ever get destroyed, that is your life destroyed, including generations. The story of Femi Fani Kayode's father, the Fani Kayode himself, trust me, should ordinarily never make anybody like Femi to ever be seen in public. But trust me, Nigeria is a mental case where people with real mental disorder are always your leaders. Femi Fani Kayode became a minister, right? Minister of aviation in Nigeria. Corruption here, corruption there, looting here, looting there, waiting happen. At the end of the day, Femi Fani Kayode became a guest of the EFCC. But before he became a minister, like I said, they paired their children one way or the other, and they hold themselves this. Obasanjo first made him his spokesperson. You remember? That was where he caught that habit of talking to get attention. That's when they said, oh, when Obasanjo said, if you want Femi to do anything for you, all you have to do is to give him food. Honestly speaking, that never really go away. And Punch newspaper at some point, you see that plate that Femi is holding. Look at the plate. Yeah, you see that plate there. Now for food. But that food is not food to just eat. It is simply because of people who are primarily controlled by their stomachs. Usually, we have a name for them, the Bele lecturers. Femi Fani Kayode might have been a minister, but he was a thief. He is still a thief. I hope he sees this video and he can use his newly found power with the people he once called terrorists, bloodthirsty terrorist. Okay, I hope he see this, and then Bele lecturer. That's what Femi Fani Kayode is. Bele lecturer. When he was asked, "Are you going to?" I mean, we realized that you have joined APC. This wasn't long ago. This was just about 2 years ago, and he tweeted. He said, "The suggestion that I joined the APC is false and insulting. Those that are peddling this fake news should bury their heads in shame. With what we have witnessed, I would rather die than join a filthy, rat-infested, sinking ship like the Alimajiri People's Congress." Typical, yeah? Okay, now, let me show you something. You remember that Femi Fani-Kayode is a friend to Kaduna Littlefinger, El Rufaya of Kaduna. Do you know? They were great friends. Trust me. It was meant to be part of the genesis of APC, Egbekegbe. We don't know what happened. Something shall happen, shall. Trailer entered there. Well, maybe trailer, or maybe they no give them real food. Femi Fani-Kayode once loved APC. Trust me, he's just fulfilling the dream.
Intimidation. The only way forward for this country, for each and every one of us now, is to join hands with the APC governors, join hands with Buhari, with Tinubu, join hands with Nuhu Ribadu, El Rufai, and all the others, and Samanda Isaiah, and so many others, and move this country forward and fight the PDP. And that is where I am as from today. Even those saner voices within the PDP itself, what I call the sane voices, the rational voices.
Do you understand? That's Femi. I would love to share other part of Femi that you don't mind. This guy, oh dear. This man.
Some of the stands that you had is giving you this kind of trouble that you're seeing today. Is in crisis right now.
Yeah.
Are you sticking with the party?
But of course, the PDP is my party. I will never leave the party.
You're never considering going back to the APC?
I would never. The APC, absolutely out of the question. Until kingdom comes, until Jesus returns, that will never happen.
But you left the PDP for the APC.
Well, we've discussed that on many, many occasions. I've told you my reasons for doing that at that time. I was not happy with.
Do you get? So he eventually joined PDP. And then he started telling us about Bukwari, evil this, evil that, and is this. And he became the friends of the Biafrans. Oh, some of our Biafran brothers and sisters are so disappointed in him, especially in the last 4 or 5 months. Oh, he met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that the reason why he left them was because he spoke to them, and Bukwari told him, yeah, that they will never forget. They will never forget the Biafrans. They killed our leaders in the middle of the night. And he said, he told Bukwari that, but sir, I mean, they killed leaders of, Yorubas too. They killed leaders from every other tribes and all of that. I was like, but everybody has decided to move on. And it was like, no. We will never forget. We are Fulanis. We don't forget such things. We will deal with them. And that's when he said, that's what he told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, inside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house. And some of you will be like, how did he meet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They met in prison. Are you with me? Nigeria government kidnapped Kanu. And they said he imported radio equipment to Nigeria to come and broadcast in Nigeria and break Nigeria up. And that is a terrorism act. So they now put him in their prison. Femi Fani-Kayode was arrested for collecting money. First, for stealing over 6 billion as aviation minister, right? Also, for collecting another, I think they said that one is another 500 million or something from Goodluck Ebere Jolantan PDP presidential campaign for publicity. 500 M. I don't know if it's more than that. Maybe it's 30 point something. I don't know. But I shall know 500 day the money. They now said he should come and explain what he take the money do when Dasuki gave him the money. So he was in jail that time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was also in that prison. That's how they became friends. Because they said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became more or less like the king. And he was pretty much like, it was like a VIP there. Everybody's like, Kanu, that's Kanu's place. That's Kanu's, like people who don't go prison will understand what I'm talking about. So they became friends inside that DSS cell, according to him. So when they came out, he came out before Kanu and he started attacking Bukwari And he said he is doing it because Almighty God told him to also fight for Yoruba nation. Some of you don't forget, Femi Fani-Kayode once came on this social media to tell us that the Biafrans deserve to have their country. Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. And in fact, with what is going on, the Yoruba people will also demand for Yoruba nation, Oduduwa nation. Go online. You will see Mazi Femi Fani-Kayode. He became the darling of the Biafrans. He started going everywhere. He was doing handshake across the Niger. He said God sent him. Trust me. Oh, Biafrans, my dear brothers and sisters. Now, people like that, they make you the think, say, hey, the day where Maiyegun go be different again. Oh boy, I go give up finally. I know. But it's so kind of unfair to ever compare Maiyegun with any of these lunatics, any of these freeloaders, any of these political jobbers. Chancers, we call them chancers. They check into your emotion. They play into your emotion. They say the right things to you to make you trust them. And they use that as a leverage to go to where they really want to go to. For example, he also met with Oloye Sunday Igboho, and this one personally pained me. Igboho thought he was talking to a real Yoruba son. Omoluabi Femi Fani-Kayode. Guys, grab your handkerchief. This is not nice. Now that one go break my heart when I look at Femi Fani-Kayode today. That he used that same opportunity, and finally, you see, they tried dress very well with the devil he told you about for 7 years. 7 years. Femi Fani-Kayode. Ala kuli. Ayemanikao. I'm not surprised though. I'm just trying to sympathize with my brothers and sisters who are pretty much like photo. Photo. No be juju be that. Person will tell us say evil. Somebody be devil. The Almighty God. This guy will be quoting Bible. He will be quoting Bible. It will be, hey, Jesus Christi. Now, he is the most senior player. He is the C Ronaldo that the Buhari Media Center that they have just hired. C Ronaldo Gidi. And they asked him, Oloye Femi Fani-Kayode, now that you are now going to APC, it was his friend that first announced it, by the way, but he said, no, that's not true.
To educate and woo Nigerians into the party, irrespective of their background. Our brother and friend, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, has joined our party in good faith. For the youth. He is joining our party to come and add his own positive energy and make contribution into ensuring that APC is a party to beat. Remember, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode is a foundation member.
Sorry, guys. Maiyegun talk about another thing. Leave this guy. No. Make her talk calm. He robbed us emotionally too. He robbed us. Oloye Sunday Igboho opened his door for him. He sat in that house He sat there like a friend. And today, he met the devil that eventually tried to kill Oloye Sunday Igboho. And he kissed the ring of that devil. See Ronaldo of Al-Qaeda People's Congress, ladies and gentlemen.
Explaining that his decision is for the unity of the country. The former PDP chieftain was presented to President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja on Thursday by the APC National Caretaker Committee Chairman and Yobe State Governor Mai Malabuni, as well as Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara State. Fani Kayode, who said he was instrumental to 3 PDP governors decamping to the ruling All Progressives Congress, noted that he is also wooing the governors of Oyo, Bauchi and Enugu State to join the ruling party.
The point is that I felt that this was the appropriate time to do the right thing, to put Nigeria first, and to appreciate the efforts that have been made, particularly in the last couple of years, in terms of security, fighting insurgency, fighting terrorism, and most importantly is the appreciation of the fact that we must remain one as a nation, build bridges, work together to move the country forward. The efforts of the governor of Yobe State, the governor of Zamfara State, and a number of others, including the governor of Kogi and a number of others, in their respective states, and in moving this country forward and in helping Mr. President to move this country forward, cannot be ignored. And it's very, very important for us to appreciate the fact that when we see that there are good things that are happening, we appreciate those good things. It's not always negative. And when the time is right, we change direction to join forces and join hands to move the country forward. And doing this doesn't mean we're enemies to anybody. All of us, even if we're in another party, the PDP or any other party or any other group, we can still work together across party lines, regional lines, ethnic lines and religious lines. The most important thing is for us to understand and appreciate the fact that Nigeria must not disintegrate, and those that want us to end up fighting one another in a war will be put to shame. And there are people that think like that, and that is what informed me to come here to meet Mr. President. He was very gracious, he was very good to me today, spoke so well, and it's an honor for me to be here, and we will move the country.
Mazi Nwaka, people say we suppose dey money mode now. Because you see this one, maybe waiting APC, Egbekegbe is doing is that she be all of una one breakaway. Abi? Okay. When we force all those people where you suppose they call leaders, force all of them to bow to the caliphate, now them go shoot you themselves. Nobody else go shoot you. You see this guy? Eh? They just sign up. It don't pass medical. It don't move. Now another one they come. That one self don't deny again. Good luck, Egbere Joe Lantern. Hey, people are saying, if that one happen, Maiyegun. If that one happen, Maiyegun forget it. I don't like Nigeria, but Maiyegun forget it will never happen. I agree. I agree with you. Don't worry. I agree. Come on. You know me, I'm just a diary. Person where they keep record. So that if you have any chance of trying to remember something, just punch in the dates. Okay? You say Maiyegun's diary Politico on Monday, the 14th of December, 2020. You go see the thing where I do that day. Now, diary, I'm just a diary. Jonathan, we never did. Which kind of forget it? I say, of course, I've forgotten it. I forget it. Now, that kind of heartbreak, they make big headline. Imagine if I am like, finally, good luck, Egbere Joe Lantern, join APC. Do you know how many people that will be like, irony, a lie, not true. Don't die in their war. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They will all try to be friends. Though they will pretend that they didn't know what is going on. They see the bodies piling. They see the villages being ransacked, people being killed. They see all of these things. They see people asking that if you don't do this, we're going to do that, we're going to break up. Femi Kayode is one of those that believe that they can be friends, all of you, because he is also friend with those who are dealing with you. So he became the middleman. Oh dear, it's so sweet. And I think this only works on the Nigerians. It works on Nigerians a lot. That person don't pot. They say, hey, don't pot. Yeah, you don't pot. Hi, that's surprising. Well, now only you, they surprised. Some of us know they surprised. That is why we're like, if you want to support Biafra, please do with all your chest. Don't know they give condition. Don't set yourself up where they will say, maybe if we try and vote that person, everything will come back as a disappointment. I don't know how else to put it to you. I mean, for you. So, Mazin Waka, make I read this. Maiyegun, this one where you are wearing all black. Are you mourning Nigeria? Because Nigeria is dead, gone, and not being missed by anyone. Femi Foni Kayode, FFK to Fiakwa. God bless you. Thanks, Mazi. Nobody, my brother, how are you tonight? Free Sheu now, free all political prisoners. That's what we demand for. Injustice to one and is an injustice to all. Injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. For those who know the difference between liberty and, justice and injustice, most especially liberty and imprisonment or slavery. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody. Thank you very much. We hope they do, because that's part of the conditions that are being given to the Boko Haram's government. A relationship between the Biafrans and the Oduduwans that has collaborated so much that they seems to be working in tune. The Yoruba nation, Ilana Omo Udua, reported Boko Haram, Malamu, Buratai Debucha, and so many others who have been coordinating the ethnic cleansing in Nigeria. They put all those names together and submitted that petition to the International Criminal Court. Yesterday, I got the news that the IPOB lawyers have also put together, submitted the names of those who are behind the genocide, ethnic cleansing, and this illegal extrajudicial killing of innocent people in eastern Nigeria, also with the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not just his detention, we are talking about his extraordinary rendition from Kenya. Not just that. So they've put all this together, and they've also filed a case against Boko Haram, Malamu, and the rest of them, including some of these Igbo governors. Some of them have been listed as those who are coordinating the killing of Igbos, the killing of Biafrans in Biafra land, right? They've put that together now. That petition is currently before the International Criminal Court. That's not just that. They've also put together another case this time around. The one they are putting together in Kenya, the one they are putting together in Hague, in Holland, right? To ensure that the indictment comes not just for Nigeria, indictment comes against the Nigerian army, against the Nigeria police, against every agent of the criminal government you have in Nigeria. I love that. That's there, ongoing. They've put together another case in Kenya, the IPOB, as we speak, challenging the Kenya government in their collaboration with the Nigerian government in carrying out an extraordinary rendition of a British citizen, a British Biafran citizen on their soil, who didn't come to their country illegally. He's got everything to be in Kenya, but they kidnapped him, and without taking him through the Kenya legal system, they sent him to the people who want to kill him in Nigeria. There is another case in Kenya as we speak. So I love this. There is also another one in America, whereby the American, lawyers, IPOB lawyers, are challenging the American government. Why would you be selling weapons to a country led by terrorist sympathizers? The country that is releasing terrorists that continue to even kill their own people. Not just that, they use these weapons on the ethnic nationalities in that country that they don't like. This is, this is actually against the international treaty on arms dealings and the rest of that. So this is also going on in American court as you are watching this video. In the UK, there is also another legal team altogether within the UK who are also pretty much challenging the UK government about their silence, their quietness over the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. And this is going on in the UK as you are watching this video. A lot is going on. But back home, the people are also strangulating those who claim to be the powerful people from Eastern Nigeria and even from outside Eastern Nigeria as we speak with their sit-at-home. The sit-at-home has become so successful that even those who have pretended for too long about this whole injustice, they are beginning to speak up again. For example, and we should give them the credit, by the way, the National Assembly Caucus, the Southeast National Assembly Caucus, they were the ones, okay, they were the ones who put together the legal sureties for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when they asked that it should be released way back in 2017. That was how Senator Eyinaya Abaribe came into the picture. It was this National Assembly Southeast Caucus Committee where Ekweremadu is also a member. Ekweremadu didn't mind that after the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and every other things that followed, including the beating of the beating he received in Germany during the New Year Yam Festival or New Year Yam Festival, right? When Ekweremadu was beaten up and he ran like a common thief. Trust me, Ekweremadu was also there yesterday, where all of them came together and they said, we are going to meet with the federal government of Nigeria. They need to tell us what they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for. We want them to release him. We also want to appeal to the organization of IPOB to please, can you please suspend the sit-at-home? This was hours after IPOB announced that they've suspended all the sit-at-home. Yes, you can do your sit-at-home voluntarily if you want to, okay? It's voluntary. And nobody should be harassed. Nobody should be attacked if they choose not to sit at home. As we speak, there are already members of IPOB who are working undercover right now in so many communities in Eastern Nigeria as we speak, looking out for every Monday if they see any team of youth, any thug, any team of thugs moving about in a vehicle, trying to vandalize people's property, attack people for going out, they will be dealt with. They'll be arrested. That is what the order is right now, okay? Because if you see any attack anywhere, that is not from the IPOB member, not from any members of the ESN or anybody, as they might allege if that happens. So, 24 hours or few hours after they already made that declaration, this National Assembly Committee guys came together. Sorry about the picture, okay? But just listen to the audio. They decided they have to meet with the federal government over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Same thing that the southern governors also said in their own conversation too. The sit-at-home in Eastern Nigeria, the arrest and then, the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of that. Trust me, they fire them. You may not have seen the result you want. The result you are getting right now may not really fit what you want it to be, but you have no idea what you have done to these guys and what you are doing to these guys. But trust me, don't lose that momentum. Don't lose that people's support by being inconsiderate when they say, let's put a pedal on it and let's see what they do, because they are beginning to act. No joke. Watch this.
Able to develop their homeland at their own pace and equally pursue their happiness and actualize their enormous potential in every part of the country unmolested. 2. Review the sit-at-home orders by the IPOB and the mayhem some nefarious elements have seized the opportunity to visit on the lives, properties, and sight of our people. The consequently reviewed and viewed the incurable economic losses and hardships these have brought upon our region. 3. Resolved to condemn in strongest terms the disruption of the ongoing senior secondary school certificate examination in some parts of the Southeast, particularly the incident at Comprehensive Secondary School in Kume, Jaba local government area of Imo State, where the English examination, organized by the West African Examination Council on Monday, September 13, 2021 was ruthlessly scuttled by armed men who chased away the students, teachers, and examiners before setting ablaze motorcycles belonging to the teachers. This is certainly not who we are as a people. On the contrary, we are a people who have always cherished and encouraged learning from the ages. We are a people that fully appreciate the place of education in liberation and enlightenment of the human mind and the socio-economic and political emancipation of the people. Equally condemned in strongest terms the incessant killings in the Southeast. This must stop immediately. We call on the security agencies to unravel the culprits behind these wicked acts and ensure that they are brought to book to serve as a deterrent to others. 5. Noted with delight that IPOB has called off the Monday sit-at-home order and resolved to ensure that nobody uses them as facades to bring ruination on Igbo land. 6. Call on our people to go about their lawful businesses and enjoin our governors and the security agencies to rebuild confidence in our people.
Reading the communique, Ekweremadu, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, the former deputy governor of Enugu State, former deputy Senate president twice, and now a senator still from Enugu State, Ekweremadu. They are going to meet with federal government, they said. And they also agreed that IPOB that has called off their sit-at-home and all of that is commendable, and they should make sure that miscreants who want to hijack this are never allowed. Somebody said it better in a gathering about the sit-at-home in the eastern Nigeria, and I think I should share it with you, if you don't mind.
In a haphazard manner, last week, they called for, was that last week? Yeah, last week. They called for a sit at home. And even without anybody getting out or more in force and so on, I learned virtually Anambra and many other cities were completely shut down. It just tells you there is something going on. But, again, where is the elite in this? What is missing is structured debate and apparent elite aloofness or complicity or hypocrisy. Elite in denial. For the politicians who think you can just, let's use them temporarily, let's use them. Just go on, while we can then use that to negotiate for something here. I can tell you, you will create a monster that will consume you. When that inferno comes, both us, everybody else, and the kind of thing that happened in Biafra where dissent, any dissent was considered a saboteur. Okay? You might get to a point where you will be telling them, just go on, while we can negotiate here, get something for ourselves in Abuja. I can tell you, these guys are no fools. At some point, they will look at you too and know that you're actually part of the problem. And so on and so forth. So, I say, let the debate must begin.
The debate must begin. The elite who are currently playing aloofness in the eastern Nigeria, some of them feeling like it doesn't concern them, and the rest of that is true. The people can see through them. The people, the Biafrans can see through all their elite, by the way, okay? And yes, if they become ostracized in the society that they are already paying with their blood for, right? They're not going to allow you to be elite on them again if you watch them killed while you are holding your own fancy parties in different fancy hotels, fancy places, taking fancy wines and these expensive wines and dishes, laughing at your own dry jokes. But the point there is this: they will come for you. Trust me. Not just the Biafrans, even us in Yoruba land. Laura Olabode, thank you. FFK, Femi Foni Kayode. Come and force us to stay in one Nigeria as if it's up to you. I like that. I'm trying to say it in your voice. Tell me if I did it well. Lara? Yeah, we can all work together, scam speech. lórí irọ́. Yoruba nation now. I like that, dear sister, because these are you see, one thing that social media does that we should always be very, very grateful for or thankful for. At least I'm alive. I'm not, at least it's not happening after probably I'm dead. I'm grateful that I'm alive in this technological era. So easy. You can be dumb if you want to be dumb. That will be your own. Don't say, I didn't know. There are so many ways to know everything you want to know. If you want to know. So that you see charlatans like that, not these political jobbers. See, I had a chance of getting closer to them. If you take free money out of their way, free money, when I say free money, contracts that they won't do, monies that will be paid and unaccounted for. That is what they live on. That's how they live big. That's how they live large. Unaccounted for money. And it is a rub my back, I rub your back situation in that country. I told you sometimes ago, I said, this is not tribal war. It is not religious war. It is not an ethnic war. It is a class war. But you see, they have different ways of they have different ways of, making their trade. The trade of duplication, trade of falsehood, trade of manipulation. And that is the trade. They can use religion and make you feel like your commitment, your loyalty, they cannot, if they want to get your loyalty and commitment through religion, they have people doing that job for them. If they want to take over your loyalty through ethnic and whatever pledges, they have people doing that job for them. If it is about politics and ideology that doesn't really help you, if you put it into context for you, right? They have people to convince you for that. That's why you have the likes of Femi Fani-Kayode. That's why you have so many other people who are potential political appointees that will tell you, you are just in a hurry. And at the end of the day, you will agree with me. It is not a tribal war. It is not a religious war. It is not an ethnic war. It is class war. It is you and me that should then be able to know, what do we want? How do we get it? But we can't get it if we don't have one another. We can't get it if we keep tearing one another down. You can't get it if you continue to defend any of this rogue. Listen, it's just like a devil. If he gives you anything, you're going to pay far more than what you collected. In my language, they said, that means the devil can give you a chicken. And at the end of the day, they said that what he wants in return is the right leg, your right leg. I'm going to take your right leg. You're going to have just one leg. Do you agree? You don't eat the chicken now. They're not going to give you the condition before you sign the documents. They don't tell you. That's why guys like that are not to be listened to. When you listen to them and you use what they tell you to argue, to defend Nigeria, you are doing yourself. That's what you're doing. You're doing yourself. These are the guys you can't quote. This is how they live. This is how they survive. If they're outside the government, they are the opposition. They will say everything in agreement with you. They will use your story to push their voices into the front pages of the newspapers. And that is all they need. Free media attention, free media mention. Once they are constantly mentioned in the media, with time, they will get their placement, pass medical, and start feeding. They will start feeding you another lies again. You see, when we begin to see good thing, we can work together. And what is good thing about them? The only good thing is that before now, the guy, they need IV to enter party. They don't make him go meet the devil. He don't kiss the ring. Take the pictures. He will frame it in his house. That is it. Every road clear. All corruption charges clear. Femi Fani-Kayode, you are welcome. Do you get that? Now, that is why you can't die in their war. You should not die in their war. Credit. Barrister Dele Farotimi. He wrote a book about it. Go and read the book. Go online now. It's a free book. Go online and type, "Don't die in their war." I'm going to bring Barrister Dele Farotimi back here very soon. Barrister Dele Farotimi supports the breakup of Nigeria, by the way. But you know what? He is the type that says, if they are not going to agree that we should discuss and then do this thing peacefully, then make everybody just find a way. But people do misunderstand him. He said, do not die in their war. This whole thing is not Yoruba versus Igbo. The Igbos versus Fulani, Fulani versus Hausa, Hausa versus the Ijo versus the Nupe versus the Ishekiri versus the Benue versus the Ogbomosho. No. Far from it. It is class war. What you have to do is that when they are fighting their war, in the name of fighting for Nigeria, do not involve yourself so that you don't die in their war. You can then choose yours. I chose Yoruba nation. Many of my friends choose Biafra. That is your own battle. That is what you should defend. That is what you should research on. That is what you should talk about. When they talk about Nigeria, you tell them why you want to leave. That should be your battle, not theirs. One Nigeria is fraud. And listen, if you don't believe, maybe when you become a victim, then you can then probably become those we call the Adornu Motitors. Say, Orima Shewa, Korima Shewa, Olomo Adorun Motito, Omo Adorun Motito. Bá tètè gbọ́ ohun tí Maiyegun bá ẹ sọ, ọmọ Adorun Motito, Omo Adorun Motito. What that simply means is that so that you don't get to the gate of heaven. And the truth I've just told you freely now is now staring you in the face. And you're like, Maiyegun said it. I should not die in their war. One Nigeria should never be a war that will get sweaty because I'm arguing with somebody. Why are you arguing with somebody defending Nigeria? Why? I don't know. They said the EFCC chairman fell today. Yeah? I got the video. The guy not to fall, but he felt dizzy. And that can happen to anybody. But you know, say Nigeria, immediately that thing happened. They say, now village people, Maiyegun, everything, you don't always try to pretend like you are Onyibo. You are not Onyibo. You are, you know what we are talking about. He's the guy. They don't try and say, I know, see, if the blood shots, I don't get dizzy. I've stood up many times. I'll be like, I stand up, like, I just feel dizzy. I'll just be like, a worrisha. You get as usual. Everything will just clear. I'm joking. Okay. Every time where I did dizzy, Baba, not to hold something. You go hold something like that. Say, close your eyes. Close up, strong arm. By the time you open your eyes, everything will first be black. But for Bama, the EFCC chairman, and like this, the guy reacted when the thing hit him.
Some time ago in Ibadan, we arrested a young man with 116 SIM cards. Huge problem. I think I have to stop here. Thank you very much.
Off record. I'm just trying to go. I'm going to tell you a few things. You see these online doctors. Nigeria, there is a way Nigeria will happen to you. You could be like you go the mad, but you won't know. Do you understand that now? Some people, they are online relationship experts. Don't stay with her. Don't stay with him. We never take that nonsense. Even all those online relationship experts, they're mad people. Yeah, they're mad people. They advise mad people and all of that, right? You also see them, the online doctors. Said, Maiyegun. No, they do yourself. The guy don't miss waiting one talk. And like that, if you never did that kind of thing, maybe you go school debates. After good afternoon, ladies, good afternoon, friends, good afternoon, colleague, good afternoon, accurate timekeeper, Mr. Chairman, secretary, timekeeper, blah, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Then it will become like, you get what I mean? You feel do anything, you feel faint. Sometimes you can just be like, the topic I want to talk about today is between if a boy can wear a girl dress, like, that kind of thing, school debate. And you just like, so I just want to convince you, not to confuse you, that today, the boys, whatever, just like, hey, Kemi, don't faint, yo. That's in fear. They say anxiety. Some said that's in lie. Say, if to say say, dizziness. The guy no fit walk. He go hold the thing. Because now so me they too. Oh, I'm not a military or soldier or police. If the thing hook me, when I stand there, just stand there for like about 30 seconds. They get him, Sheu, that kind of thing. Then you feel better and you move on. Some said, why the guy how he take waka? Maiyegun no dey do yourself, but I said, guy, be doctor. Some said, business, and let's just leave it at that, okay? Whatever it is, we wish him well, and we hope it gets better as Nigeria is struggling to get better.
So we must also go back.
Sorry. It's something I wanted to tell you about that, but it's not going to really be so important tonight anymore. We can talk about that some other time. Now let's go to New York, the one that is making them so mad, so angry. That meanwhile, just before we even do that, we had the chance of having up to 2,800 of us on YouTube earlier, but it's only 800 of us that could actually stop by to say thumb up. You know what? If this is your first time of watching Maiyegun live, okay, or maybe not your first time, but you've never really subscribed on this platform, okay, don't make it confusing for you, okay? Take a minute, right? Just take a minute, leave that chat room and go on under this video now. You will see the like button, click on it. Then you will see the subscription button, tap it, so that our case will not be like this. So, okay, go do that. Let's do it. Because it won't be like later. It won't be like, no, not this one, not that one. Which one is Maiyegun's diary? Here.
Confusion.
Just go on there now, leave the chat room, stop laughing. Why is everything so funny to people like that all the time? Stop laughing, stop commenting that emoji of laughs, right? Go on now, subscribe, yeah? And give that thumb up. You can have up to 2,000, up to 3,000 people, and only 1,000 people could say, Maiyegun, this is great. So thank you so much, by the way. So yeah, let's go to New York. But before New York, this is the message from Pa Banji Akintoye, and I think you should listen to it for the sake of my viewers before we go to New York. Hi there, guys in New York. I know some of you are watching too. How you doing? How is the square today? How is the campaign? 24th of September. The one I want you to look forward to, okay? From Professor Banji Akintoye, ladies and gentlemen.
I welcome you all, representatives of the peoples of the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria, the indigenous peoples of Nigeria representing 75% of the population and land area of Nigeria. We are here to bring before the world the disaster that is developing in Nigeria, and to ask the United Nations as the voice of the world to intervene immediately to stop the disaster that is developing, the killing of people, the mass killing of people, and the destruction of property and lives, and the introduction into the stream of Al-Qaeda and ISIS from outside Nigeria. I cannot say more because of the technological problems, the network problems. But you all know what I'm saying. I welcome you all. We ask the United Nations to organize a referendum so we can exercise our right to choose whether to continue to live with these people or not. Thank you all. Welcome. And may God give us the victory that we seek. We shall overcome.
Yoruba Nation now. Yoruba Nation now. Biafra Nation now. Your exit, Yoruba exit, Biafra exit, Biafra exit. Peacefully referendum is what people are asking for. Go into your communities. Go into those small communities, the large cities, the urban city, into those bosses. Go in there and tell them about the hope of a Biafran country, a country you can have a say in, the one you can have an idea of its foundation, where you can tell easily if it's going to be a 41 or a faster, better one. I would say a pretty much one that respects your own rights. Most importantly, your rights. Trust me. Prosperity is not 100% guaranteed without labor. You have to work for everything that you want to earn. And that country that is productive is also a country that is successful. That's what people are demanding for. Yoruba can feed ourselves. We can we can grow and build an economy that will last generations. Not with this crop of criminals, opportunists, freeloaders, and scavengers that are pretending to be one of us, pretending to be part of us, but they are dealing the worst and the worst of the deals you can come across as a people. The poverty is increasing. The underdevelopment is mind-boggling, right? The infrastructural decay is completely so heartbreaking, I would say. Now, the insecurity, the uncertainty of if you're going to go to bed peacefully, are you going to wake up tomorrow peacefully or in pieces? All this fear are things that are meant to be on the table to decide, do we still want to be part of this? Do we still want to be part of this? We should have a chance of answering that question. Trust me. Majority will vote no. That's why they don't want to have that chat. Until they do, everybody targeting us, everybody profiling us, using their position and connection with Nigeria, using their presence and their outreach, their reach to grab us and then intimidate us and victimize us, all for one Nigeria. Trust me, it will be for the meantime. They will be identified. They will pay when that time comes. Trust me. And they know that. And they are worried. Let's quickly go to the US, where I found this. I love them. Groups from everywhere, coming from every corner of the New York City, going all heading to one place, and that place is United Nations headquarters, where all the world leaders are having their meetings. United Nations General Assembly meeting. young, they call it Hunger 2021. Bokwari is coming to town on the 24th of September. I love this woman. If you are watching me, Ma, I love you. Especially what you did in this video. Wait for him. He's coming. Okay, I'm gonna try to interpret what she said. That's why I love her. She sounded like somebody who is a regular watcher of Maiyegun's diary Politico. Okay, so what she was saying there is that Bokwari is a terrorist. Please manage my interpretation, okay? But trust me, that's the information, okay? It said Bokwari is a terrorist that continue to send Fulani terrorists after us, and he won't let us defend ourselves. And we said we are leaving, and they continue to kill us. That look at Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader. They kidnapped him, put him in a place. If you say anything about the Fulanis, they will come for you, okay? And they will come for you and leave the Fulani terrorists alone. However, she then added there once more, Jara, that Bokwari and everybody that are trying to, hold the Yorubas, hold the Biafrans from living this contraption called Nigeria, because we don't have anything in common with these guys and these ideologies they are trying to force on us and telling us to live with, right? That if they continue to do this, that now fire of God could burn them. That one seems like a prayer or a curse. It depends on what you think it is. But that was what she said. People who are out there trying to sensitize and talk to people, they know what they are talking about. That's one thing I love about Maiyegun's diary Politico. And so many other platforms that does this. Trust me, you don't have an idea that what this platform does is that it gives the people the talking points. When you want to engage with people who are always there to tell you that only God will fix Nigeria because they don't have any explanation for you. When you try to engage them about why Nigeria is what Nigeria is and what should be done, they will tell you, Baba, leave that thing. If anybody get there, we will do the same thing. Now only God will fix Nigeria because they have no solution. They have no any option or anything. So programs like this allow people to have talking points. So that when somebody tells you, Baba, see, when we just pray to God, people are now countering them that leave God out of it. Okay? Just please. You are not dumb. You are not brainless. So if you truly believe in God, then you will know that God said He's made you in His own image, which means He's giving you everything to prosper, to become who you are. He said, go and multiply. Go until I multiply. Work hard. Is that not what He said? That means use your brain. So why do you have to still wait for Him to decide what you have to become and the rest of that? So talking point, that's what these programs and these platforms does. It gives people the talking point. I love what she did there. Trust me, you may not have an idea.
We want referendum for the indigenous people of Nigeria.
To every one of you made it out to the square today and every day since this started. I know it's so quite busy. You can't even be living in New York, and with the way the cost of living in New York, and then having time or creating time to make a presence, to make your voice heard, to add to your voice, and so to add your voice to others, to get it, make it bigger. We are impressed and we are happy and we are thankful, grateful to all of you who came out and those who are still going to come out. America too far from here, and I never get money rich to be able to just say, hey, oh yeah, turn on the engine and they go US. Maybe someday I'll be able to say, yeah, turn on the engine. Maiyegun is going to the US. Who knows? You never can tell. However, we are grateful to all of you who could make it happen. And those of you who are still planning to go there and make it happen. September 24th is when Buhari is said to be planning to address the assembly. And Garbage Sheu, the Presidency, they are already worried. Okay, you may think what you are doing is not that much. The Buhari idiots, the Sai barbarians, the Buhari Deans, Buhari Didirins, Buhari Dinotus, Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Unekaris, the Ungoziaris, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the humble slaves, their uncles and aunties abroad, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, and then the Mumu lecturers, and including their cousins and nephews on social media, the Facebook bandits, the social media adsmen. They may tell you that all you are doing are not affecting Bokwari and gang. They have no idea that one thing you are doing and the effect of what you are doing on them is that while you are sleeping, after battling today's battle, when Nigeria throw your way, tomorrow you are ready again. Some of them you're going to do the battle inside your dream. But now person will sleep, they dream. These guys have been sleepless simply because of your actions. So if they don't tell you, it's because they are too ashamed to say it. But once in a while, they do come out clean. Like Garbage Sheu, he said, we are worried that the Yorubas and the Biafrans are working together. That concerned us. And they said, they begged the United Nations, no listen to those people outside, though. Those people just want to spoil Nigeria name, oh. Please no listen to them, oh. They are Yorubas and the Biafrans. So, but meanwhile, the number is growing. When are you going to become a believer? Break it up to save lives is the anthem. And it is very, very prophetic. If you love Nigeria, please join others to walk around a peaceful breakup of Nigeria if you love the people in order to save lives peacefully. That's not too much to ask, is it? I'm going to say good night to every one of you. We took your time with me today. But before I go, it is a different ball game in Lagos. They don't change anthem just for the laugh before I say goodbye. Don't forget, you have to give me that thumb up under that video. If you haven't shared it, please do share the video, right? And remember, if you haven't subscribed, get the number up, go on there and sing this anthem with me.
Party anthem APC yìí tí gbogbo wa ní. Kò tún sí èmi ló lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò sí bàbá sọ pé mo ò ṣe ẹ̀sìn gan. Gbogbo wa ló lẹ́gbẹ́. Gbogbo wa ló lẹ́gbẹ́. Gbogbo wa ló lẹ́gbẹ́. Gbogbo wa ló
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presidency bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o.